So after the last brake work I did on my truck, it ran great for a couple weeks, and then one week the pedal was mushy. Mid-drive it got stiff again, and then later on the next day it got mushy again, then it got stiff again. So I'm thinking that it is the master cylinder, but all the RPO codes have worn off and I can't read them in my glove box, and I didn't see any on the door. So I'm just gonna take the master cylinder off and try and match up the bore size at the store. And to do that, I want to take the brake fluid out. Hopefully I can get one with a reservoir too. That way all of it will be new. And this fluid was clear a few months ago, but not anymore. Let's see, what's the end? I think I have it set up right. Yeah. So maybe the fluid was okay. It's just that when I was cleaning this out before, I couldn't get all the way down in there deep. And some of the grit from before mixed with the fresh fluid. This stuff is actually pretty good. And I got a 14 millimeter get on there. This is a flare nut wrench set I have. So let's see, 14 is a really snug fit. All right, let's see. Nice. I don't think these have been removed in a very long time. Maybe not ever. We cracked this one. Now that it's cracked, I can use a regular wrench. Two fist this. Right. That one's free. All right, so that one's free. Now I'll take these nuts off, and I think that'll give me free. All right, that does it. This is my first time taking one of these off. I'm glad I got a tote back here. I don't want brake fluid leaking all over everything. So there is the old one, and this is the new one. If your RPO codes are gone, I wonder if this 44 corresponds to the 44 that is mentioned in the RPO code decoder. I don't know, but something to think about. Let's bleed this thing. I picked up this master cylinder bleeder kit. Let's see if it works. I'm using the 9/16 by 20 fittings, and they seem to fit well. Wait a minute, this one is different. What size is that one? It seems like the 1/2 by 20 is the one that fits this one. Now let's see if hand tight is good enough. So I will put a tube here like this and like this. And although I think they'll stay put, it has these little clips that, that's pretty cool, that will hold them in place. Fill this up with fresh fluid. So I'm supposed to be able to push in the cylinder and fluid and air should come out through here. Let's see if that happens. Oh, I'm not strong enough. I really got to push it. Oh boy. It came with instructions, and it says to let it sit until fluid comes out of these without pushing the cylinder in. But let's see. It sat for a while, and it started to come out of this one, but not this one yet. And they say it can take a while. So a lot of people with the OBS, the GMT 400 trucks, upgrade to the GMT 800, the very next generation Chevrolet truck brake master cylinders. I don't think it's necessary. I've had plenty of these trucks, and when the brake system is sorted, the brakes have been completely adequate for me driving and pulling cars. So that is why I'm not upgrading. Maybe in the future, but the brakes have always been good enough for me. Actually, I'm able to push it now. Okay, it was just, I guess, stuck from sitting on the shelf. Let me put these back in. The instructions say do not push it in more than an inch. I'm just gonna keep doing it until there are no bubbles. And they said it would take a while, but there are no bubbles. So I'm gonna let it sit and do it a little more. I think it is bled. If you are a master at master cylinder bleeding, let me know how I did. This is my first time doing this. As I was doing it, I was getting bubbles coming out of there. So I'm gonna keep doing it until there are no more bubbles coming out of there. Let it rest. Let's see. Yeah, it's getting real tight now. All right, I am getting no more bubbles from in there, and it is really tight, so I can only move it a little bit. So I think it is time to go over to the truck. Whereas I was using, I don't know, maybe a 15 or a 14 millimeter before, a 9/16 wrench actually fits the way I think it should. So I'm gonna put a bit more fluid in hopes that I can swap these out before it all leaks out. Let's go for it. All right, that one's tight. Got more drip than I wanted, but let's see how quickly we can get this other one on. So what I'll do this time is immediately put this fitting in here so it can't siphon the fluid out. All right, damn it. All right, wipe up all this fluid that's gonna ruin everything below it. I don't need this stuff anymore, but I will try and drain all the fluid back into the reservoir using gravity. Gravity is undefeated and never lets you down. This should go smoothly. There we go. These are speed bleeders, so I can do it by myself, meaning they have a check valve built in. Let's see if it's cracked enough to bleed it. It seemed like it was enough to bleed it, but that fluid looks a bit dark. Now that looks like fresh fluid. So I'm going to tighten this one down and move on to the next one. Yep, all that looks like fresh, clean fluid. I think I pumped it enough for all the air bubbles to come out, but we will see, won't we? Definitely pumped it a lot. All right, clean fluid, no bubbles. Let's go drive it and see what it feels like. Top off the fluid one more time. Fresh fluid. So the issue with it being mushy and going nearly to the floor and then being stiff, then mushy again, has completely stopped. It's consistent now. I get resistance at the same point every time. But I'd like for it to be a little firmer or have resistance a little sooner. Maybe I should have upgraded. Or maybe I rushed the bleed a little bit. Or maybe I needed to delete the ABS. But it's better. I can use the truck now, and I'm gonna put it to work the next couple of days. Allergies are whooping my tail right now. So until next time, y'all take care. I do need to use the truck, so next time, when I have some help, I'm gonna see if I can bleed the ABS system. And I'm gonna address a few other things like the broken handle. If you'd like to follow along, hit subscribe. If you would like to see the other things I've done to this truck since I picked it up for $800 a couple years ago, check out the playlist. Thanks for watching. Take care.